Welcome to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. I am Beth Cooper.
I'm Stacey Early Wine, and it's springtime.
It is. It's nice out.
Now, are you a spring cleaner?
No, I'm a November cleaner. I isn't that weird?
Oh, you have to prepare for Christmas.
Yes.
By the way, this one on Facebook the other day. How many months till Christmas?
8.
8 months till Christmas. You're welcome.
It keeps me going.
Oh my gosh! So you clean for Christmas?
I do, and I don't do a lot of spring cleaning, but in the fall, like I get the Halloween decorations down, and then I pull out the couches, I do all the sweeping, wipe down the windows, do all of the things. Then, because I like the house to be really clean before I put a tree up and all that. So I don't do it in the spring. I probably ought to do both, but I don't. Yeah.
Well,
what do you do?
Am a
Are you
spring cleaner.
You've been cleaning like crazy?
I'm a spring cleaner, but I'm a purger after Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
I purge a lot of stuff after Christmas. But I'm a spring cleaner. I like freshness. I like having my windows open.
We had our windows open the other night, and it was so nice. It was just, sometimes it's almost like too hot to have the windows open, and other times it's like too cold. It has to be just right for me to have my windows open.
It's kind of a weird time because we literally have had our windows open, then we've had the air on, then back to the heat.
Yep.
And usually it's just like, okay, I can bear through it. I don't know if I'm becoming a big...
Oh, I don't bear through anything.
No. I think I'm becoming a wimp.
No, I always have been. So, there's people in the world that are
She's not in denial.
No, I don't care. There's people that are like, I will not turn my air on until June the 1st, and I don't care how hot I am. I don't have that mentality. I'm like, anymore. Why would you do that to yourself? It's
that
hot.
person's never gone through menopause.
If you're hot, just turn the air on.
Just saying.
It's about, they don't want to spend the money. And then there's people who are like, I'm not turning the heat on until October 15th or whatever. And it's like, why? If you're cold, you're cold. Turn the heat on. That's why you have it.
That's why, yeah.
That's why God planted you in the 20th and 21st centuries.
I am not if it's cold, I can push off the heat. I can deal with a little bit more heat than I can. Once I get cold, I don't like to be chilled. I hate the cold.
I know.
It just kills me. I like the heat much better.
Me too.
I have a feeling, I think it's going to be a hot summer.
I do too.
I think once it turns off, because we've already had a few hot days in April. My flowers are doing amazing. Have you done anything yet?
No, I keep putting it off. I don't know why. I have a certain thing in my mind that I want the porch, like I'm shopping for flowers. And when I've stopped by a couple places, I haven't seen what I'm looking for. I just need to, I know.
With all the places, well, what are you looking for, honey?
I want big hanging baskets that are full of yellow flowers. And I'm not seeing a lot of yellow this year.
You don't see a lot of hanging baskets with yellow flowers. Because most flowers that they haven't made them, like, you're talking marigolds and...
No, not marigolds. I don't want marigolds.
No,
I know what I want.
Because they don't hang down.
And I know where to buy them. I just haven't been there.
I haven't, it's very rarely that you see any, because usually hanging baskets they have the geraniums, they have the vincas, and none of those. No. There's not a lot of real pretty yellow flowers. And the yellow flowers I found grow straight up. I love yellow's my favorite.
No, there's a nursery in St. Peter, Illinois, and
I've heard about that nursery.
I should take you. It is amazing, and they have the best hanging baskets. That's usually where I buy mine, and they always have beautiful yellow ones. And
wonder what the flower is that they use in the hanging basket.
It's a not an impatiens, but a petunia. It's a yellow petunia.
The only problem with petunias is you have to deadhead them things, and I don't like that.
Not on my porch. They just keep going and going.
They do? You don't have to pull off all them?
Hardly ever. Maybe late summer, I might have to start deadheading, but not. Those petunias just thrive. My porch has just the right sun and shade to make petunias the happiest plants in town. I'll tell you.
I'll take my impatience, because the front, my house is kind of back, then front, then the sunroom, and then so the area where I have my impatience, mine grow tall and they're just spectacular. I can't wait. And I planted some. I think last Saturday, I think I took the day and planted flowers, and they're already starting. I mean, when I first put them in, I'm just like, now grow.
Yeah.
I'm a hodgepodge of, and in my garden, I planted. We haven't planted cucumbers. Chances are we'll probably go after we eat lunch. I'll have to take Jack to get some cucumbers so we can plant cucumbers today. Him and JoJo like to plant, and I always put the yellow. I like as far as the marigolds go. I like that brighter, lighter yellow. That get the
than the
I like.
orange.
I will throw some orange in here, but I like that yellow because I do a lot of. This year, for some reason, I did a lot of pinks, and I don't normally do a lot of pinks, but my whole front porch is pink.
Oh.
Last year it was yellow. This year it's pink, and it looks pretty good.
Well, if I don't find the yellow I'm looking for, I'm going to go back to red because my porch. A lot of times I just do my porch. I have like red, white, and blue accents, then a lot of red flowers. I like that look too. Did
you paint that chair yet?
I haven't painted that chair yet. But I don't know that I'm going to because I bought a new chair.
Wait a minute.
At a garage sale.
Wait.
That's turquoise.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I remember that
so
chair.
I think I'll leave my red chair red. I have an old chair on my front porch I set flowers on. It's been painted red. It's very pretty. But I was thinking about painting it yellow. I'm not.
I have two chairs out there. One of them's an old rocket, but it's got to come. I mean, after the elements take them down, I'm going to have to do something. But I'm just excited. That's why I keep telling myself all this dreary stuff. It drives me crazy. And now I don't have like the other day. It was a dreary. I don't mind a rainy Monday because I don't have anything to do but watch the kids and we can be lazy. But grandchildren in the house and not being able to go outside and play is tough.
Well, you're lucky you have that basement playroom.
We do. Praise Jesus for that basement because we just remodeled our basement. It's completely dry proof and it's all white and bright and that is the kids. My laundry's down there, then my deep freeze is down there, my Christmas storage is down there. But basically this is a playroom. For Jack and Joanna and they can destroy it.
Yeah,
but my OCD still doesn't let me just leave. I still have to pick it up after they leave.
Oh.
I'm a freak. I got some weirdness.
So like our basement, we have a basement too. It's always been a playroom for the kids. It's finished. It could be a beautiful family room. It has a fireplace.
It's nice.
It's nice.
Everything.
We don't use the fireplace. We don't use it as a family room. Because you need that space for kids, like overflow toys. Like I don't want that stuff all through my upstairs.
Oh, I don't like it.
So
either.
There's always been a basement. That's always just been where most of the toys are, the playroom, and it's nice that they can just go down there. They can destroy it.
But your kids are big now. I mean,
they're bigger now.
They're big now, so you can actually probably.
But there's all these toys down there that they don't want to get rid of. They're not ready to say goodbye to the toys yet, but they don't play with the toys. So the toys are still down there. But it's nice that they're basically all in tubs and everything's kind of sorted and it's nice.
Yeah,
it's
because even whenever my grandkids
great for storage.
My grandkids get older, that's going to be a nice little. I don't know. It's nice though because I do have serious OCD and my boys, when my boys were little, they would let them destroy in their bedrooms or downstairs. I was like, oh, it always drove me crazy. But then with grandkids, you don't care. You're like, okay, I'm going to, even though it bothers you, it's like it's okay with the boys. They'll be like, bring your toys out. I'm like, oh, you just dumped out all those Legos. Aren't you cutest thing I've ever seen? You've been with me with them. Now, don't do that. No, we went out and ate last week after recording, and Jack and JoJo were with us, and Jim and Beth and I. And of course, they weren't greatest that day, and I'm just like, now stop. They weren't bad, but I'm just like, now stop. Back in Connor, I'd have been like, sit there.
Right.
And JoJo's like just eating cheese. And I'm like, she's so cute eating cheese.
I know. I thought it was funny because she just ate a bunch of shredded cheese. It was like if that was your kid, you'd be like, now you need to have something that's going to last, that's going to fill you up. You can't just eat cheese. You've got to pick something else to eat. But as your grandbaby, you're like, oh, honey, eat cheese. It's fine.
Eat whatever you want. And then whenever we left that day, what was funny, because like at the Outpost, they have the most amazing cookies. That cookie, that's hard to resist. And then now this lady I can't remember who's making them, but then
Julie sorts them.
Yeah. Man, they're the best cookies.
Yeah, they're awesome.
They're awesome
Way
cookies.
To go, Julie. Woohoo.
They remind me of the old bakery cookies.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so good. And now she's making like icing covered brownies. And my grandchildren have sweet tooths. And like we were walking out and Jack's like, yeah, I'm like, yeah. And Jim's like, you don't do that. I'm like, you're such a grumpy
grandpa.
Grandpa. So then I'm like, oh, Jack's going with me and take JoJo. And then after they left, it's like, which one do you want? Then I got the cookies and I got JoJo when we got home.
Oh, that's funny.
And Joey was like, her name's Joanna. We call her JoJo. And she was like, Papa get one? I'm like, no, Papa, don't know we have these. And Papa don't eat.
Oh, gosh. Talking about cookies, though, like, have you discovered crumble cookies? Like, it's a chain, and they're in bigger towns. It's called Crumble Cookies. They have one in Fairview Heights now, and actually, like, the Shiloh area over there by Target.
Yeah.
I've had them in Champaign before. They're they're like sweeping the nation. These crumble cookies is what they're called. They make these giant cookies that are like this big. I don't know if you can see, like great big cookies.
Yeah.
And they're like that thick. I swear they're at least an inch or an inch and a half thick. And they have different ones. And they are so darn good. Every one I've ever had is like so darn good.
Really?
And so we stopped there. We were in Fairview Heights on Saturday, and we stopped at Crumble Cookie and got a couple of different ones. Mm-hmm. And one of them, they were both good, but one of them was chocolate. It was a chocolate cookie, but iced like a chocolate brownie.
Holy cow!
It was like chocolate on chocolate. And it was the most amazing thing. So, if you've never heard of Crumble Cookie, and if you're in a big town,
is it a building by itself? Is it standalone?
Yes.
So basically, type in Crumble Cookie on your.
CRUMBL. I don't think it
Well,
has any.
I'm going to be heading over there a week from Saturday to visit Connor. Connor, by the way, your mom's coming to visit.
And take her to Crumble Cookie.
I will.
Yeah.
We'll go to the Olive Garden.
Yes.
And we'll go to my two favorite places.
Yes.
Okay.
Should take you to both. Okay.
Okay, so I found another ad.
Okay, what is it today?
Okay, this one is the Jones season is here. Jones Dairy Farm Sausage.
Oh.
Yeah, I found this. I'm like, have you ever heard of this? Jones Dairy Farm Sausage. Jones Dairy Farm, Mary P. Jones, President, Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin. Yeah, I've never heard of this. It's the season of the bright, crisp morning, better appetites, and big old-fashioned American plan breakfast, made still better by the famed flavor of Jones Dairy Farm sausage. And this season, as always, Jones Dairy Farm sausage is made after the renowned Jones recipe. Choice cuts of fine young
porkers.
That's me
fine
and you.
Young porkers.
Fine young. That's me and you after we visit the
Crumble Cookie.
Garden of the Crumble Cookie. Yeah, that's
fine
hysterical.
Young porker.
Fine young porker. That's killing me right now. Homegrown sage and spices and nothing else. Get Jones Dairy Farm sausage from your market man today. Treat yourself to a Sunday breakfast American plan.
I like that. Nothing else. No preservatives.
No This
no antibiotics.
Exactly. This is
just
all
fine young porkers and some sage.
Fine young.
And it's good.
Yeah, I don't know. I love their little ad because look at that house, that big old house, and it's wintertime because the trees are. But yeah, Jones.
And all the Sundays are circled on the calendar. Why, I wonder?
Probably because they probably don't sell anything on Sunday.
1936. That's their day off.
Well, okay, and this is November 1936. They got Thanksgiving circled, the 26th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. 1936. Never heard of it before. Jones's Dairy Farm Sausage.
Huh.
But that's probably why we've never heard of that here in Illinois because they don't use preservatives.
Yeah.
And we can't get, but yeah, that's great.
No kidding.
Okay, we're going to take a quick commercial break. And this episode's going to be great because it's going to be back and forth. We're going to talk about old wives' tales.
It's going to be funny.
It's going to be fun. We'll be right back.
At your locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville, you can count on experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, the Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville carry a large inventory of Napa products for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced associates understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa Know-How at your locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville. Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
We like technology at Flora Savings Bank. Here's what you can accomplish in our mobile banking app in less than 30 seconds. See account balances in your transactions, set up an account alert, make a transfer between accounts, get an alert text message about your transfer, pay a bill, turn your debit card off and then back on. It all happens in the palm of your hand with our free My Bank to Go app. Search My Bank to Go in the App Store or Google Play and give mobile banking a try. Flora Savings Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. We have a super fun show planned.
Gosh.
We're going to talk about old wives' tales.
Well, you
Are
hear
they true or not?
A lot of mine I found were false, and a lot of them were true.
Yeah, it's
so
a
I'm
little bit of
anxious to
both.
see what we could.
Yeah.
But I did come up like the old wives' tales come from like the 14th century, where basically an old wives' tale is just older women just passing down advice to the younger generation. And I found, and it's not just wives, because it's like wives doesn't actually refer to married, but in the old English means woman.
Woman, yes, I came across that too.
I am woman.
And it started in the form of oral tradition of storytelling, so just passing down, and they wanted to teach lessons and make concepts like death and aging easier to understand.
Yes.
They were aimed at children, but once they grew up, it was easy to understand why grown-ups began using them too. Like, it's just a good way to remember things.
Yep.
Basically. So what ones did you come up with?
Well, first of all, sometimes we do all these, and it's like a lot of old wives' tales comes from pregnancies.
Yes, so like almost all of them, not all, I shouldn't say all of them, but a lot of them have to do with pregnancy.
I did
or
deep
childbirth.
go into and do a little bit more research and find some other things, but pregnancy, boom, right off the bat, old wives' tale.
Okay.
Okay, here's my first one. Babies' heartbeat rates.
Yes,
If
I
your
have that
baby's
one.
heart rate is under 140 beats per minute, it's a boy. If it is above 140, it is a girl. And the answer is false.
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 So with your own pregnancies, you had two boys. What were their heart rates?
Both completely different.
Oh, okay.
Completely different. One was high, one was low.
Okay. So with my girls, their heart rates were super high, which meant girl.
Yep.
And they were girls. With Silas, it was lower than the girls, but it was not under 140. I think it was like 150. And he was a boy.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a little true with me. But
Mine was like one was high, one was low. I can't remember. I think Max was high, Connor's was low. But it's almost like there's a difference in the boys. When Mac was a toddler, he was like all over the place. I think he just ran a little higher. Connor was more laid back and liked to sleep. But that'd be. That's
okay.
Yeah.
So here's one of mine.
Okay.
If you go outside in cold weather with wet hair, you will get sick.
I've got that. Yeah, I had that one too. That is false.
Yes. To be fair, people just get sick in the colder months. It has nothing to do with the actual temperature or your hair. It has to do with viruses and bacteria, which I still tell my mother this. But, Mom, if you were to come over in November and my kids ran outside and they had wet hair, you would say, get back in here. You're going to catch pneumonia.
Yeah. Exactly. My Uncle Harold Hemphill, I used to stay with Uncle Harold and Aunt Jean all the time, as my dad's older brother. And one time, Mom and Dad were in Florida, and I was probably a freshman in high school, and I stayed there. I got up, I hate mornings. I got up and took a shower and walked you can't walk to and they lived right on Austin, right around the corner from, you can't walk, you'll catch your death of pneumonia with that wet air.
Yep.
And it's like, well, you didn't. It's a
Virus.
It's a virus.
Or
It's
bacteria. Yeah, it's not
Okay, well, while we're on there, feed a cold, starve a fever.
Oh, yeah, I don't have that one.
Yeah, it's false.
Oh, really?
Feed a cold, starve a fever.
I'm guilty of saying this one to my kids, and I'm like, sorry, but you got a fever.
Well, it's false because it doesn't matter if you have a fever or if you have a cold. Everything needs nourishment and hydration. So, yeah. It doesn't make a difference.
I think I am more of I never said that they couldn't have anything, but I always we should feed it.
Yeah.
I think that's what
what do you have for me here?
Cracking your knuckles causes arthritis.
I got that one too.
You will not get arthritis from cracking your knuckles.
False.
You might experience temporary swelling, but that's not arthritis if you crack them all the time. But no, you're not going to get arthritis.
I don't crack my knuckle, and because of my job, I've got it started in my... I can't show you the finger because otherwise... it's the flipping of the bird finger.
That particular finger has arthritis in it.
My favorite finger.
Your favorite finger has arthritis? That's awful.
That's funny. Okay, here I got another pregnancy one here.
Okay, my pregnancy ones are on another page. I need to get that page out.
If you're carrying your child low, it's a boy.
Oh, yeah.
If you're carrying high, it's a girl.
Yes.
False. One was up here, one was down there. So, yeah, I didn't have any, that didn't. Well, I just, and I never did. I can't tell that stuff anyway. Yeah. Oh, your baby's dropping. Who knows? Who cares? How do you know?
Well,
who knows that?
I can tell. Like, I could tell
Like,
when my baby
but
dropped.
I mean, like seeing people. Oh, Stacey, you look like that baby's coming. That baby's dropping. What? How do you?
I think people just like to say that, honestly.
What?
Unless you see the person daily and you're really up in
Yeah.
their business. Like, does look a little lower today.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a good one.
Okay.
Wait 30 minutes to swim after eating.
Yeah, I got that one too. Wrong.
Actually, there is some truth to it.
There's a baby bit of truth, but not a lot.
It says you might have a little stomach pain when swimming on a full tummy, and you will want to avoid a long distance swim. But
Well, I'm
is-
gonna avoid a
it
long
is
distance.
unlikely to be dangerous, just a little bit uncomfortable. So if your kid wants to jump in the pool after they had a snack, let them. They're
They're
splashing. They're not swimming to the, what is that, across the English Channel?
Yeah.
They're not doing
Yeah.
that. If they're not doing that and they're not like on swim team where they're going to swim,
Yeah.
a mile, then just let it go. It doesn't matter.
That's kind of true and false then, because like I always thought, oh, you'll get a cramp and drowned. Well,
Oh.
okay, you're not gonna be able to move your. I mean,
Yeah, I don't.
I
Think
don't know
that's-
if my parents were. I don't really ever remember like eating and swimming. We didn't have a pool. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
But I don't stop that. We shoot, they get out and eat, and they jump right back in the pool we have now. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't worry about stuff like that. Life is too short to worry about stuff like that.
Exactly.
People that worry about stuff like that need a life. Okay.
I have.
So, what do you got?
Okay. An infant walker will help a baby learn to walk.
An infant walker, like a little walker,
a
will help
walker,
them learn to walk.
And that's actually false.
Okay.
Actually, and I agree with this too. First of all, they're incredibly dangerous.
Uh-huh.
If you have stairs or
Okay.
that they're very like a lot of injuries come from babies and walkers, which I did use the walkers, and I experienced that one time because I'll tell you that story here in a minute. And but yeah, walkers, they say it can actually make them lazy, and it can make them bow-legged, and it actually it hinders them from walking.
I'm kind of a fan of them myself.
I because they're just put them there.
Yeah.
The great ones, not the walkers, where they can follow you around. Because Mac
Uh-huh.
if you ever noticed, like when you come in my house, like the kitchen, there's those 2 steps down, then there's the basement.
Yeah.
And I wasn't paying attention. He felt the basement door happened to be open, and he walked over there and felt, So yeah, that was boy, when you're a first time
That's
mother,
what's wrong with him.
that's what's wrong with Mac.
Just teasing Mac.
But yeah, it's one of those things that's like, yeah, but they
Uh-huh.
did say, and I can see that because they're like just sitting there, you know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
like if they don't have that, they're going to get up and they're just going to have to do it.
Uh-huh.
But those ones that you put them in when they're little and they just stand there and jump around, bingo, that thing's great because they can't move.
Like what are those called? Jumperoo or jump?
Yeah, and
something
they
like
sit
that?
there and they got all the stuff to entertain them.
Yeah, those are cool.
But then sometimes I also think though that we entertain them way too young because then now we're entertaining them for the rest of their life.
yeah,
Sometimes I think children need to learn how to just back in the day
entertain themselves,
You know what I'm saying?
soothe themselves. My kids were all
Self-soothe.
self-soothing. They all were.
Were they?
Absolutely. I'm not the
They're
kind
not
of mom.
now.
Not as well. No, I kind
They
of miss the days where I could just lay them down in their crib and they just lay there and stare off at a picture
they're
or
not
something.
They're
Suck
not
their thumb.
self-soothers now, are they?
No. Okay, here's one. Eating watermelon seeds will cause a watermelon to grow inside of you. Nope.
I love it.
Not true.
Not true.
Watermelon seeds are harmless and will likely travel through your body completely undigested.
How funny is
So
that?
that you won't even digest
Oh,
it.
so they're
It'll
like
just
corn?
go straight through like
They're-
corn.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, I forgot about that one. I
Uh-huh.
can't believe I didn't come up with that one. Okay, here's another one. Coffee stunts your growth.
Oh, I haven't even heard that one.
Yep, that's an old wives' tale that coffee will stunt your growth. The answer to that is false.
Good.
I mean, it may, coffee. I mean, the caffeine is. I love my caffeine.
Me too.
I will never give up caffeine, and I don't abuse it. I'm not like. I mean, there are some people that like have a something with them. I love my Diet Coke. Sometimes I think it's like my pacifier. I have I'll get my Diet Coke. I drive through the Dairy Queen every day and get a Diet Coke with a small straw. Sometimes I'll throw half of it, if not maybe 3/4 of it away.
Really? Not me. I drink the whole thing.
Sometimes I don't. It depends on the day, but most of the time when I take it at the shop, that Coke will still be there. That Diet Coke will still be there all day long. But yeah, no, coffee will not stunt your growth. So go on over to Common Grounds, get you a big old cup of coffee Devin will make for you, and enjoy it.
Yeah. Swallowed gum stays in your system for 7 years. I heard this my entire
Me too, 'cause
childhood.
I'm a gum swallower.
If you swallow that gum, it will stay in your system for 7 years.
Please, dear Lord, tell me it just passes like corn.
No, it does not pass like corn.
Uh-oh.
But it does not last 7 years. But it will take several days to pass through your system.
Really?
Your body cannot break down gum through digestion. So there's some truth to it. Like you can't digest it well at all. So truly you should not swallow gum. But if you do,
I'm terrible
few
about
days,
it though.
Why do you do that?
I
That's
don't
gross.
know.
Stop it.
Why is it gross?
I just think that's nasty. You've been chewing and chewing and chewing and chewing on it and then you swallow it?
Well, why not? Where else is it going to go?
In the trash.
I don't like it when people spit gum out on the sidewalk.
Oh my gosh, what is wrong with people?
I don't know.
I don't understand littering at all, actually. Gum's the worst, and people that stick it under chairs and stuff, but littering.
I don't
If you drive through like certain parts of the town, our town, but especially along the highways or interstates, and you just see all the trash along the roads, what in the heck, people?
Seriously, because it's not like there's not somewhere you can stop.
Pull
when you
over
get
to the gas
gas
station and dump your trash there. Malia was behind somebody yesterday, and it was the middle of the day. The car said something about had nursing bumper stickers all over it, like it was a young nurse. She rolls down her window and throws out a Coors Light can, middle of the day, right there on the road.
No, I don't like it.
And Malia was like, well, I was bothered that she was drinking and driving, and I was bothered that she littered.
Yeah.
I'm like, honestly, they're both terrible, but the littering makes me want to pick it up and throw it back at her.
Me too.
I don't understand littering.
Another thing that I don't like when people do this, I don't like it when they throw out a still lit cigarette. And it's like,
yeah.
It's like, you're going to catch something on fire. You might hit somebody. Somebody might step on that. Because, like, you throw it. I was
What?
At the shop the other day, and a guy was walking down the street smoking a cigarette and just flicked it on the sidewalk. It's like, that is a public sidewalk, and that it's not like that cigarette's still going to stay lit for a while. It could get underneath your flip-flop.
Yeah.
I took note of who he was.
Yeah. We took note of the car that threw out the Coors Light, too. Yeah.
Okay, so I have one
Moving on.
Okay. Fish is brain food.
I think that's true.
It is true.
I think that omega-3.
Omega-3 fatty acids.
It's good for
your brain. Very
good
for the brain. And that makes a lot of sense because I do not like fish. Makes no sense to me. I do not like fish.
No fish at all?
Not Long John. I like Long John Silver's. Okay.
You would probably like Jason's fish that he fries.
Yeah.
It's good.
If it's little bitty skinny, and my father-in-law,
we do it in like nuggets.
They're like, these are like, you could tell it's little, it's skinny. And then the batter that he uses is kind of like something kind of crumbly. It's good. I will eat Jim's dad's fish. It's the only fish I've ever eaten. Okay. And I do not like catfish, no matter any way I can still taste that muddiness. But these are like crappie and bluegill. I do like those with some salt. They're good.
I like almost all fish.
Well, you know what we got to do?
Take a break.
We got to take a break. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for a loan for your brand new home, call Clay County State Bank. If you want to transfer money so your future will look sunny, call Clay County State Bank.
We got checking and savings and bill pay too.
An online bank, just ask our crew. For all your banking needs, we think you will agree.
Clay County State Bank is the place you need to be. Clay County State Bank.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Tomorrow. Some fear the uncertainty it brings. Some trust the promise it holds. At Grinnell Mutual, we are always looking forward to tomorrow, growing and innovating. So even if the plans you have for the future aren't the same as the plans that the future holds for you, you can be ready. Because we'll be ready, like we have been for over 100 years. Trust in that. Trust in tomorrow. Talk to your mutual agent today.
Your local agent is on the square. Louisville, Clay County Farmers Mutual Insurance.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. Today is all about old wives' tales.
Old
wives' tales. And we have a whole bunch of them.
Okay, I think it's your turn.
Okay. This one I wasn't familiar with, but a little hair of the dog cures a hangover.
Yeah, I can. Yes. Hair of the dog does do that. A little nip the next day, and it knocked that hangover right out.
So it says a mimosa or a Bloody Mary during brunch will actually do nothing for your hangover.
I don't like Bloody Marys.
Instead, it says take a nap, hydrate, and maybe order an egg and cheese sandwich.
Yeah. My
So
cure-all
eat
back
and
in the
drink
day
water.
was a Julian's double cheeseburger, an order of fries, and a chocolate shake, and then, some Tylenol. But, I've always heard especially like the mimosa, Bloody Mary, no, but like a mimosa is good. It's just that champagne will kind of. The body's like, oh, are we going again? That's like, wait a minute, now I'm tired. Yeah, I have the hair of the dog.
You've done the hair of the dog. Okay.
I have.
Okay.
Don't tell anybody in the church.
Okay, I won't. Okay, what do you got?
Here we go. Spicy foods cause ulcers.
I think that's probably true.
Well, they said this was false.
Oh.
It said bacterial infections, overuse of pain meds cause ulcers, not spicy food.
Oh, spicy food probably just aggravates it if it's
It probably
already
just
there.
makes it mad.
Probably.
Yeah, but so you can eat all the Mexican food you want. You're not going to get an ulcer.
Okay.
That's actually, but I'm very mild eater. I don't like spicy food.
I don't
at
like
all.
it too spicy, no. Mm-mm.
I don't like, nothing grosses me out more than sweat. Sweat grosses me out. I hate sweat.
I don't like sweat either.
And whenever you're trying to eat somewhere at a Mexican restaurant, somebody ordered the hottest thing, and everything's running, and it's just like, okay, I might as well just leave. I'm out. I can't do it.
Yeah.
If somebody's sitting there sweating, and I can't do
and
it.
like dripping down into their food.
I'm out. I won't even eat it. I'm just like, nope, forget it. We went out to eat with some people not too long ago, and he ordered something hot, and it was beating up on his bald head, and it was like I'm out. Jim's like, are you not hungry?
I'm like, find out who this
I'm
is
like,
later.
no, I'm starving. No, I'm starving, but no, I can't. I'm out. I can't do it.
Uh-huh.
I don't want you to blow your nose while you're eating. Grosses me
I do
out.
sometimes have to do that because my allergies will be terrible, and I feel bad about that. But
yeah, but
sometimes there's no way around it.
But this is different. This is like, yeah, you know what I mean. Gross.
Okay, sitting too close to the TV will make you go blind.
False.
Sorry, Mom. There's no truth behind that, but I was told that as a child.
Yeah.
Sitting close to the TV will not damage your eyesight.
It will not.
It will not. So
They say, I found that one too. It says that, this is so funny. It says, sitting too close, it's like it's not great for your eyes, but you're not gonna.
Right.
Anytime I have on that one, too much TV is bad for your eyes. No, it's not, but it does cause laziness and weight gain.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so some of these, I found out, okay, some of these are true. So this is my list of some that I think are true.
Okay.
So when rain is coming, your joints hurt.
That is true.
Like, that is
true.
really true. And I think when I was a kid, I always kind of doubted that when I heard older people say that.
Yeah, and I've got that on here too.
I totally, I know that. And also I have a certain headache that I get when the barometer's just right. There's truth in that. I can tell when it's going to rain.
I've got that one says,
I'll be sitting on my porch being like, I feel the rain coming.
It's coming down hard today. Gonna be a rough one today. Old people can predict the weather. That is true.
Yes.
And I can because that's the other thing. It's like I can tell the difference. I have those bone spurs and arthritis in my neck. Once again, from being a hairdresser for 37 years. And I'll tell you what, and now that my middle finger that I love so much is, and boy, it'll get stiff. I have to shake it out. I run it under hot water. But that is true.
Yes.
So for all the old people that I made fun of when I was a teenager. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Because now that we're knocking on, I'm 56. You're not quite there yet.
I'm 45.
You're 45. But yeah, I'm starting to.
Yeah.
Woo!
Okay.
A little rough.
What do you got?
Oh, I found this one was interesting. Walnuts can remove furniture scratches.
Did not know that.
They can. It is true. Walnuts can remove a furniture scratch. And what happens with the walnut, it's because the oils and the color of the walnut will make a furniture scratch go away.
I have a scratch on my table. I might try it.
Let's try that one. But it's got to be a walnut.
Okay. Open a window to let out ghosts. Have you ever heard that one?
I have. Like when somebody dies.
Well.
Remember, fried green tomatoes.
Did they do that there?
Yes. Yes, that's right.
She was real superstitious.
Sipsy was. And so, like, she's getting ready to die. What's her name? I went blank.
Mary is a real name in real life, right? Mary something.
Mary Stuart Masterson, Antonio or whatever. But her character was going to pass. And then Sipsy was there.
Ruth.
Idgie. And Idgie goes over. And Sipsy, she goes over. She opens up the window. And then they always stop the clock. Why did they stop the clock? So they'll know what time of death.
They always do that.
Yeah.
Especially on TV.
Oh, I watched Fried
really
Green.
Did it in real life.
I watched Fried Greens Tomatoes the other day. One of my top 5.
Oh yeah, that's such a good movie. But there's so many sad parts.
I love Fried Green Tomatoes.
Yeah.
But I love Kathy Bates.
Oh man,
Kathy
me
Bates
too.
is probably my favorite actress. She's fantastic.
I mean, that whole scene where she rims into
Tawanda.
those girls, Tawanda, and she's like, "Face it, girls, I'm younger or I'm older and I have more insurance." And it's like,
face it, lady, we're younger and we're faster. Well, face it, I'm older and I have more. But that's one of my favorite. My top 5 movies: Serendipity.
Yes.
I love What You Need to Watch.
I did.
Did you watch it? I love Serendipity. Fried Green Tomatoes. Still Magnolias.
Yeah. Pretty Woman.
No, I'm not a pretty. The Lion. Secondhand Lions. Oh, that's a great movie.
Yeah.
Secondhand
It's
Lions.
in my top 5. Secondhand Lions.
Secondhand Lion. Beaches. Sometimes you have to take your favorite movies and do like chick flicks, action. Those though they're not like action. Those are my top 5. I love Fried Green Tomatoes.
I'll try to make my top 5.
Okay, you do yours.
Clue.
Yep.
The Lions. Secondhand
Lions.
Not any of the other ones that you said. Oh, Mamma Mia.
Yeah, it's okay.
I love Mamma Mia, the movie. That's the only 3 I can think of that I absolutely love. I mean, there's a lot I'll watch over and over. Fried Green Tomatoes, I could watch over and over.
I watch it all the time.
I'd say Dirty Dancing is probably in my top 5.
I like Dirty Dancing, but I will pass on it. But if the other ones, I won't pass on. I love those movies.
Okay.
All right. Fried Green Tomatoes. So
no,
good.
about the ghost things.
Oh,
it says,
yeah.
If you are seeing things that you think is a ghost, it's possible that it could be a gas or carbon dioxide, which I think is clear.
It's a ghost.
But this article made it sound like you should. The truth behind it is that maybe you're hallucinating it because there's too much gas in the room and you should open a window.
I disagree.
Okay.
Nope. It's definitely a ghost.
It's definitely a ghost. But I don't think that they leave through the window. I think they stay forever.
Yeah, they don't leave. Otherwise, that whole because what do we think? Don't we think 3rd Street's completely?
Yeah, I think that the whole East 3rd block, the 100 block of East 3rd is pretty haunted.
That's like basically the hot spot of Florida.
Okay, so do you watch the show Ghosts on CBS?
I love Ghosts.
Yeah, have you watched the UK version?
I don't like it as well. I don't know if it's just.
I like British humor, but I like both of them. I think it's one of the best shows out there. If you're not watching Ghosts,
it is a good show.
You should tune in to Ghosts.
It's clean. It's funny.
Yes. It's not scary. It's funny. It's a
wish
comedy.
I would have came up with that. That would make it great. I mean, you know what I mean?
Why didn't you?
I don't know. Okay, whose turn is it?
I don't know, but I'm going to go.
Okay.
Gathering herbs by the light of the moon. You should gather herbs by the light of the moon.
What?
Yeah, it says that, it's an old wives' tale that if you're going to gather herbs, you should do it by the light of the moon. And it says that some plants are pollinated by moths, and they have their most potent oils at night to attract the night insects. So if you want your herbs at their strongest, you pick them at night.
Really?
I don't plant herbs, nor do I gather them.
No.
But if I did, I would do it by the light of the moon, I guess. I don't know.
I did plant a chocolate mint plant in an area like and it smells wonderful. You go by and touch it. I love to just go by and touch it.
What are you going to use it for?
Nothing.
You just
it's right there by my rose bush but you'll see it when you come over to go swimming. Just touch it. It's in that one tall pot off to the east. Yeah, or the west. Just touch it. It smells great. Okay, here's a good one. Crossing your eyes will make them stick.
I'm going to go with no.
That's no.
Because otherwise there would be a lot of people walking around crossed eyes
now.
What was
it? There was one thing. Do you ever see the Jim Carrey movie, Liar, Liar?
Yeah.
And he's like, and the kid's like, the little boy's like, well, crossing your eyes make a stick. He's like, no, actually. And some people make quite a lot of money making a living off that. The goofy faces or whatever. Nope, that's not true. So cross your eyes all the time.
Okay.
What do you got?
Doomed is the child who, when kissed on the forehead, tastes salty. He is cursed and will soon die. You know this one?
No, that's awful.
Doomed is the child who, when kissed on the forehead, tastes salty. He is cursed and will soon die. And that is true. That is called cystic fibrosis. So nowadays we know that cystic fibrosis is due to a non-functional protein that regulates salt transport.
Right.
So when the protein doesn't work, you get this thick, sticky mucus that clogs up the membranes. That's what happens to the children that have cystic fibrosis. Everything gets clogged up because of the salt, and a whole bunch of salt being pumped onto the skin. Then they would be kissed on the forehead. They would taste salty. So way back, like before there was, any science behind this or like doctors that had researched cystic fibrosis,
they would say.
They knew that if you kiss the child on the forehead, they taste salty, they're going to die.
That's the craziest thing ever.
Yep.
It's kind of scary.
Scary and sad.
Well, I got one here for you. I don't know how you'll feel about it. Chocolate causes acne.
Oh, yeah. What's the science behind that?
False.
Okay, good.
Thank
Good.
God. I love chocolate, and I have a clear complexion. But there are some people that I think that's all internal. I don't know. Some people, if I eat this, right? That I do think that's kind of internal. So eat what you want.
If you have a lot of heartburn during pregnancy, that your baby is going to have a lot of hair.
Yes.
That one is also true.
Is it?
They actually there were some scientists that set out to prove that false. So they set out to prove that it was false with this big study, except they accidentally ended up proving the opposite. And that is that heartburn really is associated with babies having lots of hair.
I never really had I didn't deal with that when I was.
I did not have a lot of heartburn with either of my pregnancies, but any of my pregnancies, but all three of them ended early. I had all my kids early. I don't know if they would have continued if I would have, maybe, but all three of my kids had hair. A lot of dark hair.
Mac had dark hair. They didn't have a lot of hair, but Mac had black hair. Connor was blonde, but yeah, they didn't have a lot of. But I don't really. I maybe had a little bit, but not too much. Here's a good one. Thumb sucking causes buck teeth. True, which makes sense.
Not always, though.
If you're a pitch, I can't stand to see that.
A
10-year-old sucking their thumb. I don't like pacifiers too long. I don't like to see children with pacifiers too much.
So here's my thoughts on that.
Okay.
I have a lot of them. Get comfortable. I am pro thumb sucking. And I think babies that suck their thumbs are the best babies in the world, and they soothe themselves better than even with pacifiers. And it does not mean that they're going to have terrible teeth or they're going to have that push-out teeth. That can happen with pacifier or thumb. Because I have a child that all of my kids at some point sucked their thumb, but one of them sucked their thumb the longest, and at times I think maybe might secretly still does. And
Carissa?
No.
Malia.
And so that child is, 19 years old, but she never had any buck teeth. She never had.
Maybe she had a strong.
She never had any teeth problems at all. Like she went to the dentist when she was 3 years old, and Dr. Wilson would say, "Oh, she's a thumb sucker. We got to watch to make sure." Nope, never.
Makes you wonder if it's the one, because I have a friend that did have trouble, but she was and she hung her.
Yeah, if you hang from that front.
Yeah, she literally
maybe.
her foot would be up here, and she hang it. Now Joanne, my JoJo. Joey's a thumb sucker.
Don't dissuade her
from that. She just does it when she gets tired.
Yes, and I cannot stand it when I see a mother of an infant that pulls that thumb out of that baby's mouth. I just want to smack that mom because I'm like, you are hurting yourself. Yeah. Let the child do it.
Yeah, Joey sucks.
It'll be fine, and that baby is going to be so happy and be such a good baby for you. And you're just making things harder on yourself.
I did have one friend the other day, and her parent but she got to be, and it was like a constant, and it was after a while it became gross because
Yeah, well, that's a problem for another day. But don't worry about that when they're little.
But yeah, Joey, you can tell when Joey gets tired. Boink, she sucks that thumb. I think Linda was a thumb sucker.
They're good
but
kids.
I don't like to. I don't like to. There's certain. I don't like to see. I don't like to see toddlers with pacifiers. That's stupid.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't like that either. But anyway, we're gonna take a commercial break and we're gonna come right back.
Do you bowl like this? That's great. Do you bowl like this? That's great too. That's because whether you're a pro or you just want to have a lot of fun, at Peggle's Silver Dollar Lanes, we have a lane for you. We have Galaxy Bowling, gaming for kids and adults, Joe's Pizza, a full bar, darts, pool, and fresh and clean bowling shoes. Boy, does that smell nice. So come on down to Pagel Silver Dollar Lanes in Effingham, where we have a lane for you.
My name is Robin Stanford. I own Stanford Marketing. It's a promotional products business along with an embroidery business. And we do custom hats, t-shirts, anything, you name it, we can make it. People like that we do stuff in-house and we can actually make things here and that we're not contracting the work out to other places. We never say no. We always try to find a way to do it. If anybody can do it, we can do it. We are hardworking women, that is for sure. Come to Stanford Marketing in Flora for all your custom and promotional needs.
Give me order lumber. Doors, paint, windows, electrical, plumbing, and much more. Oh yeah, give me all your guns too.
John Lucas.
What?
You better be dreaming about all the stuff we sell here at Zink Building Center.
Oh, I would. Zink Building Center in Louisville on Route 45. It's a cool place.
With Beth and Stacey today, we are talking about old wives' tales.
Yep. Okay.
What do you got?
A full moon creates weird behavior.
Oh, I'm going to guess true on that.
That is way true.
What is up with that? But, you know, I've never worked in the emergency room or anything, but I have heard, I've talked to people that have in it. It gets crazy.
It does. Everybody taught, and they've actually done scientific studies on it and stuff. It's got to be something about the
pull of
the pull,
gravity
something,
and
the blah, blah, blah. But it is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that definitely is, that old wives' tale is true.
Uh-huh. Red sky at night, sailor's delight.
I read about that one. Explain that one to me.
So there's more to that little saying. I don't have the whole thing on the sheet. Red sky at night, sailor's delight. Red sky in the morning, sailor's warning. I think is how it goes. It says a red sky appears when dust and small particles are trapped in the atmosphere by high pressure. So this scatters blue light, leaving only red light to give the sky its notable appearance. A red sky at sunset means high pressure is moving in from the west, so therefore the next day will usually be dry and pleasant. And I think it's the opposite if it's in the morning. Like,
okay,
if it's red in the morning, that's bad. The weather's going to be bad. But this is all. It's all. There's truth in that one.
There is truth in that one. That's meteorology or whatever.
Yeah, and that's how the old sailers and all them figured out things. You know, pretty cool.
Well, it's just like what we were talking about.
God's little clues in the sky.
Exactly. One. You know, we were talking about some of the 1800s people traveling.
Yeah.
You know, by wagon wheel. You know, it's one of those things.
Yeah.
They knew the signs of things. Now we don't need to do that.
Yep.
Here's a good one. A wooden spoon keeps a pot from boiling over.
That's true.
That is true.
I've been doing that, actually.
Yes.
I have a wooden spoon. I lay across my macaroni and cheese pot.
The spoon destabilizes the bubbles. It is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that too because I hate that when a pot boils over.
This is a pregnancy and birth one. That drinking beer will make your breast milk come in. And that's true. There's there's people that gave birth, but they weren't able to feed the baby right away, and the doctors discovered, like, hey, it's an old wives' tale, but if you drink a beer, go drink a beer, and the milk will come in, and it can be a non-alcoholic beer because technically you don't want to pass on, but you could drink a small amount of beer and not pass it on. Okay. But the doctor says preferably a non-alcoholic because you only need the hops. It's the hops that's in the beer. The hops is what makes your
They have near beer and all that stuff. Well, you know, I wasn't a beer drinker, but yeah, I never could breastfeed. No, it was bad for me. I didn't do that.
Well, maybe you needed to just drink some beer.
I just needed to drink some beer. Maybe I should have laid off the wine.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Oh, here's one. Newspapers are great glass cleaners.
That is definitely true. We do that on a regular basis at our house.
Me too. I like it too. But you got to be careful because then your hand gets black. And then you don't want to touch anything because then everything transfers on that. But newspapers, that's the only way I can clean without it being. But boy, I'm a mess by the time I get done. And it's that time of year. I really need to wash my windows.
Well, actually, if you're interested in having your windows washed, Silas is starting a window washing business.
Really?
Yeah, he's offering to wash people's windows.
Okay.
And you pay him, and he hasn't set up his how much yet. It'll depend on how many windows.
Have you been in my house?
You have a lot of windows.
I have a lot of windows. He'll make a fortune.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonder if did you teach him? And is he going to bring his own cleaner and his own newspapers?
He's bringing all of his own supplies.
How funny. When did this happen?
In the last couple of weeks, he's been trying to, he's 12, and he has a lot of wants. And so if you want things, you have to earn the money to pay for them yourself, because I'm not buying extra things. Ooh. He wants a new desk for his bedroom to put his computer on, and he's getting a bigger bedroom because one of my children are moving out. And he's moving up to a bigger room, so he has all these plans for how he wants to decorate his room.
So who's going into Malia's room?
So Carissa is going into Malia's room. Yeah. Silas is going into Carissa's room.
And what's Silas's room going to be?
I think I'll make it into a guest room.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, Silas is getting a little bit bigger bedroom, so he's making some plans of what he wants to do in his room, and so he wants a new desk, and he wants to do some things, and I'm like, okay, well, he already has a desk, so I kind of don't want to buy him a desk. So I'm like, you want the bigger desk, like you can pay for it yourself.
What kind of desk does he have?
It's like he has a smaller desk that's nice, but he wants an L-shaped one that will fit into her room.
Is it a wooden desk?
I don't know. It's on Amazon. It's probably not real wood if it looks wooden. Why, you got one?
I need one. I need a little desk, no bigger than 60 inches.
Oh, well, then you could buy his old desk.
Okay.
And then pay him to
I'll buy his old desk and
clean your windows.
Yeah,
and then
got it.
He'll have some money. But if you need your windows washed, hit us up.
I'm first person in line.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
Great.
here we go.
What do you got?
The clothes make the man.
Ooh.
Which is true.
Yeah.
I believe that's true. You could always, I agree. I agree with that. Do they have to be the expensive clothes I was talking about on another episode? No. But you do need to look like, I truly believe.
I believe that too.
I believe in dressing for success.
Yes.
That's a lot of the problem. Here's a little advice from a 56-year-old woman, people. You cannot go to a job interview with your hair in a scrunchie and sweatpants. Mm-hmm. Do not do it. That makes you look lazy.
Yes.
I'm sorry. If you're going into a job, there are tons of jobs being had, but if you're going to go, you really need to look nice. And I truly believe that with all my heart. And the old wives' tale's proven true. So
yes.
Yeah. What do you got for me?
Well, I'm on to like a bunch of the pregnancy stuff. Did we talk about how you carry your baby if it's low or high?
We did that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was
here
one
I've
of mine.
got some.
Okay,
that
keep going.
Too much noise causes hearing loss.
I'm going to say yes.
That is true.
Because I deal with my husband who has hearing loss.
Yeah.
Some of his is from birth.
Yeah.
But some of it is from working in loud environments and power stations.
That is true.
And also shooting guns, I think.
Here's another one. Early to bed, early to rise. Makes you healthy and wise.
Healthy, wealthy, and wise.
It is. And they say that is. Sleep is so important.
It is.
I can't go on no sleep.
Me either.
I can't do it,
I'm not
Beth.
a happy person, and no one around me is happy if I haven't had any sleep.
You don't want to be around me if I'm not sleeping.
Yeah.
And I'm an 8-9 hour sleeper. Mm-hmm. Okay, I have a couple more if you want me to keep going.
Yeah, keep going, because mine are, I don't know. I feel like some of these we've touched on a little bit.
Okay, here's another one that I thought was interesting. An onion can relieve bee stings.
Is that true?
That is true. That is true.
Okay, I'll remember that next time.
Yeah, I'm interested to say they say an onion can't because oh man, there's nothing worse than stepping on a wall.
Yeah,
a wasp.
We have this stuff. A friend of mine years ago told me to buy off of Amazon, and it's like I think it's called Sting Ease, and it's like these little green vials of this like green gel stuff, and if you get stung, it's almost like glass, but maybe it's really thick plastic, and you bust it, and then all this gel comes out, and you put it, and your sting is just immediately
I wonder if it's kind of like aloe.
And goes away.
You think it's aloe?
I don't think it's aloe. I don't know. It might have aloe in it, but it's definitely a mixture, and I've never seen it anywhere else, but I bought it on Amazon, and I thought I was buying a package that had like 6 little tubes in it. What I bought was like a case.
My gosh.
And I bought this like 10 years ago, and I have enough Sting Ease to last the next 60 years.
Exactly.
I have so many. little things of that. But we do use them like one or two a year.
Well, yeah, because they hurt. I've stepped on bees before.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I have one more, and this will finish up our show today.
Okay.
This one's true. My husband will say that this is absolutely 110% true. Happy wife, happy life.
Yes.
Jim Earlywine would agree with that one.
Happy
all
wife,
the way to the
happy
bank.
life. Yep.
And that is true.
Yes. That's a good old wives' tale. Whoever
That
that
is-
wife was,
She was
on
smart.
it. She was
on
smart
it.
lady. Smart ladies. Oh, shoot.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, goodness.
So that was a good.
I like those.
I like that kind of show too, where we just
And we
talk
may
about
not
fun things.
stop. I mean, we could. I'm going to keep track of the
I
ones
know.
we did because there was time I was shocked.
yeah.
Because remember when we did that show on urban legends?
Yes.
That was a fun show.
That kind of bled into this, honestly. There was a little bit of a line between urban legend and
old
old
wives'
wives' tale and superstitions. Like, we should do another one that's just superstitions.
I like
because there were some things that I felt didn't qualify as an old wives' tale, but it was more of a superstition.
So what's the difference between a superstition? Well,
I don't
let's
know.
go with
I mean,
superstition.
it's definitely a blurred line, but like a superstition, like if a black cat crosses your path, you can't cross that or you'll have bad luck. Because I think superstitions always end with or you'll have bad luck.
Yeah, everything
So
is.
it's like basically the statement and you'll have bad luck. But with an old wives' tale, it's just like, don't do this because
do
you'll get
this.
sick or you'll die or
But
whatever.
the thing about the old wives'
life-
tales is don't do this because of this.
Right.
Where like
A superstition is
like
always
don't
don't do
walk
this.
under a ladder or else.
you'll have bad luck or else you'll have bad luck.
Or
They're all
bad
bad
luck.
luck.
Yeah.
Is basically
Don't
the
bother
difference.
buying a lottery ticket.
Yeah.
Which I got to
Well-
check my lottery tickets. I'm probably a billionaire right now.
Yeah, I actually know somebody that was very when I was growing up, he was very superstitious. And if like a black cat did cross the road, like in front of us, he would turn to go around the block so that he did not drive across that line. Because if you cross the line where the cat walked, then you have bad luck. So he would purposely go around the block or whatever and never cross the line.
Well, if that was the case, I'd never get in my yard because there's like 5 black cats
Yeah.
roaming my neighborhood.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here we're going to end on this because we're running out of time.
Okay.
I like this one. This is from an unknown. If you want something you've never had, then you've got to do something you've never done.
Oh.
I
That's a
like
good
that
one.
one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
That
Good.
is a good one. I like it too.
Yeah, if you want something you've never had, you've got to do something you've never done.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
It's called Get Out of Your Box, people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Work
Yeah.
hard.
Work hard. Get out of
Make
your
it
box.
happen.
Make it happen.
Yep.
What happened to grit and gumption?
Nobody's got it anymore.
Where's our grit girls?
I know. We need
Grit
more,
and gumption.
more grit, more gumption.
Yep.
More
Well,
trying hard, working hard.
That's it, dear. We're out.
Anyway, thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.
God bless you and have a great day.